Hello everybody and welcome to my vlog. If you're watching this vlog, it probably means I got back to the United States. And the reason why I'm saying this is that internet here in Philippines does not allow me to upload any videos. The day before yesterday I was trying to upload my vlog 17 in the hotel. And what happened was that it was taking forever, and then when I was about 80% complete, the video simply disappeared. Now I cannot explain this paranormal phenomena. How could that happen? But it just disappeared, like there was no attempt of uploading a vlog. And then I tried to do it again and again. After about an hour of uploading, the video simply disappeared. So I'm not going to even try to do it again. Also, another thing is that I received a text message from my provider AT&T saying that I overused my data, which is a little strange because I always used internet in my hotel room, and my hotel room has a Wi-Fi. But apparently, this is what I heard, is that the Wi-Fi I had was not really a legit Wi-Fi, and so I used some of the roaming data, and roaming data comes at a hefty price. So therefore, I'm not going to upload any more photos or videos until I get back to the US. Yesterday I had a fun day, but it was a little bit exhausting. I walked for about 2 hours to a Chinese cemetery. And I personally like cemeteries a lot. I think they're very peaceful, very nice places. And this Chinese cemetery is very famous. Like, you'll see pictures, there are like elaborate tombs. Really nicely looking place, very peaceful and quiet, unlike the rest of Manila. I personally don't understand how come people are afraid of cemeteries or dead people. In the recorded history of humanity, there has never been an instance where dead people have harmed anyone. And on the contrary, living people have done far more damage than they should. So if you're afraid of something, be afraid of living people. Right now I'm walking to a supermarket called S&M Cyberspace. It's nothing to do with sadomasochism, it's just a name. It's like a mall. I went there to buy a charger, and in there they have like a lot of stores, some electronic stores, and there is this large supermarket. That's where I'm going. In the supermarket I want to buy fruits. You see, since I arrived to Philippines 3 days ago, I have not had any fruits, and I'm craving vitamin C. So I'd like to tell you a little bit about the food and prices here. So unless you get ripped off, prices here in Philippines are very reasonable. Like, not just reasonable, very cheap in fact. Like, hotels cost, budget hotels cost about $20 to $30 per night. And the food, like if you're eating at a restaurant, at a fast food joint, it would be about $2.5, $3 per meal. So I think it's very, very reasonable. Yesterday I ate at this place called Jollibee's, which is like what I was told a quintessential Filipino fast food, and I wanted to try it thinking that it must be good. And it was a bit disappointing, I have to say. Like, they're basically wannabe American fast food joint, and they didn't offer anything Filipino as far as I saw. Like, I had a burger and fries, and the burger was just downright disgusting, like fooey disgusting. I actually took a bite and threw the damn thing away. It was that bad. But the day before yesterday, I ate at this place called Choking. It's not one word. It's not like you eat the food and you choke to death. It's more like you chew the food and you feel like a king, or maybe like a queen if you're a lady. And that was really good. It had like a Filipino Chinese cuisine, which I thought was really, really good. Filipino food in general, it's not as elaborate as other Asian cuisines, but it has a good taste to it, you know. Whew. It's early morning, but the temperature is already a bit hot, and it's humid, and it will be even worse during the day, when it will be like almost unbearable. Yesterday I was just absolutely tired trying to walk in that heat and humidity. As I was walking to this Chinese cemetery, I had to cross some of the neighborhoods that are not very touristy. Like they were really populated by locals, and some of the neighborhoods weren't really very suitable for walking. So streets were blocked by traders, and there were cars parked all over the place. So in a few places I actually had to walk on the road to go my way. But I really, one thought that I had is that, Philippines seem to kind of imitate America in many ways. Like everything is in English, and this not very pedestrian-friendly culture, it really kind of imitates United States. But United States is really, in my opinion, kind of third world country in disguise. And the reason why I'm saying this is because basically, to me, what constitutes a first world country is that it's a place where society, people in the society kind of look after each other. And it's not like they don't give a shit about their fellow brother or sister. And in America, they certainly don't give two shits about others. Like, for example, why is it that when you live in a city, anywhere, you are forced to drive and you cannot rely on a public transportation? That's basically a sign of a third world country. Like, you need to have a car, or else you are basically unable to go from point A to point B. And I heard that in many cities, when there were propositions to have public transportation routes, they were voted off because apparently having a bus in a good neighborhood is not cool. Like, there would be some undesirable elements, in their wonderful neighborhoods. And so why have it, right? Just buy another SUV or some other monster vehicle and drive like an idiot, in a congested road, instead of taking a bus or a train. I think that's kind of stupid, but many people, most people in the United States don't really share my point of view. And same thing can be said about healthcare or education. Like, I cannot fathom the fact that United States is one of the few quote unquote first world countries where you cannot go to a doctor and see a doctor without going bankrupt. Like, this to me is definitely a sign of a third world country. And by the way, what I heard about Philippines is that healthcare is not really that much of an issue here. Like, you can see a doctor for affordable price. All right, here we go. I have to cross the road, and you can see I have to kind of dodge the vehicle. So when you hear a pause in my speech, it's because I have to kind of look both ways. I have no idea which neighborhood I am. This is a bridge to somewhere, and I think I'm going on the right way, but I don't really have a good sense of direction, so I get lost very easily. Yes, so my hotel was booked only until Monday, so that means after Monday I was forced to look for another hotel. And what I decided was that I'm going to leave Manila and go to a city, I think it's called Angeles. And I chose it because of a similarity in name to Los Angeles. So I thought, like, if the city is called Angeles, it can't be bad, right? So, and it's only about an hour and a half of riding by bus from Manila. And I thought it would be less of a hassle to go there rather than go to some distant island and then worry about how would I make in time for my flight out of here on December 6th. And I think if I go to Angeles and stay there, I will kind of avoid the hassle. But yeah, all right, so this is apparently a residential area there. You know, most people here, they live in a very cramped conditions. Like, I heard Manila is one of the most densely populated cities in the world. So people really live on top of each other. So that's why there is so much of a problem with traffic. Today I'm thinking of going to a museum. There is a Filipino National Museum or something like that. And also I want to go closer to the water, and maybe at night I will finally go out somewhere. You know, I haven't had a chance, believe it or not, to go out because I'm still jet lagged, and I'm very tired from walking in this hot and humid conditions. So like yesterday I walked for about something close to 5 hours. So when I got back to my hotel, I was just close to being dead and buried on a Chinese cemetery. I was just not able to go anywhere else. So I quickly fell asleep, and I missed my chance of experiencing Manila nightlife. But today I might go out somewhere, so Anyways, that's all I wanted to say for right now. Stay tuned for my vlogs. Peace and love.